Okay. Recording.
Hi, hi. This is Adrian Niculescu, and I'm here with Shadab, a young entrepreneur, very active in the software space, and we are preparing for the launch of AiBotNinja, which is an amazing chat software. And I'm here with Shadab, and I want to welcome you to the show, Shadab, and tell us. Um, how are you doing?
Hey, Gian, thanks for having me on the show. Pleasure to be here. So I'm doing very well, honestly. We are basically very excited for launching AiBotNinja, and I hope to be providing some great value to the community of internet marketers and affiliates.
What we just discussed earlier is that sometimes during a launch the process could be so hard that an individual could die during a launch. So we said that we will not die during this launch, right?
Yes, we are
We will
survivors.
be alive and kicking.
Yes, we are survivors. We will get through this launch in one piece, and hopefully with a lot of money in the bank.
The biggest problem now in the launch space, and I'm talking about the launch is taking place on JVZoo, on Warrior Plus, on ClickBank, and on Pay.com, is that so many products which are launched, they are selling, especially due to the sales materials, but unfortunately most of them are incomplete, or they don't work, or they are abandoned um, after a while. So over time, I was looking, and I'm actively looking all the time for people who are doing things differently. And fortunately, Shadab is one of them. So when a software is launched, that product is a functional product first, a working product, a maintained product, and also the customers who are buying the product are certain that there is there is somebody in the support system all the time, that the software, if there are any bugs, those bugs are fixed, so that the respective product could be used in 6 months or in one year from now. Tell us something about your entrepreneurial story. How did you got started? Where are you living right now? Things like that.
Sure. So I got started at a very young age when I was 17 years old. I still hadn't completed my education then, but I was working as a copywriter with a software company back in the US. They basically sold e-commerce software, and back then I was mostly involved with their marketing automation and marketing teams. So that's when I got to learn a lot about, say, copywriting and email marketing. And although my skill set at that point was mostly towards, say, content creation, I gradually transitioned into a more, say, marketing automation role, and I got to dab a lot into basic programming, which included HTML, CSS, PHP programming, and stuff like that. Although that was in 2009, so fast forward, say, as time grew on, I opened up my own agency, worked with over 300 brands based all around the world. And during that time, I got to lead a team of over 100 people right now, which has our own, say, engineers, support staff, customer success people, and all of that. So right now, in terms of where we are based in 3 countries: Singapore, Bangladesh, and Myanmar. So we are we have pretty multinational operations, and we have teams based in the 3 locations that I just mentioned. And I myself, I travel quite a lot. I've been traveling back and forth between Dhaka and Singapore over the last year or so.
So how do you manage 100 people?
It's quite the challenge, honestly, because we need to establish a very as an entrepreneur, you have to delegate, because I did not sign up in this business to be a manager. I would have just joined the bank if that was the case. So it's very important to hire good managers within the company and kind of delegate responsibilities accordingly. And that kind of sometimes be a challenge because managers don't necessarily take as much ownership of the company as you do, which is very important to like emphasize on building a very strong culture that managers can aspire to and drive results, both in terms of business, both in terms of, say, motivating employees and ultimately delivering great results for our clients.
Okay, so which is for you as a company the critical factor of success? Which is the ignition of your success? Which is the fuel for your success?
So as you're dabbing into more into the chatbot space right now, it's really important for us, for our customers to get real value from the chatbots that they develop. Because one of the biggest problems, which is why we are in this space right now, is that a lot of our competitors, and there are a lot of our competitors out there in this space, are not doing a very good job of educating clients on how to, say, use chatbots from a marketing and automation perspective. They're not providing as much business value. And it's primarily because it's a very new space. It's only picked up since 2016 when Facebook officially opened their APIs. So in the 2 or 3 years it's been since then, we have not had a lot of businesses getting a lot of results from using chatbots. The main problem that we are here is that we see a lot of potential in this technology, and more importantly, we want to help businesses get real value from using it.
What lately I've signed up on Facebook to Grant Cardone's chatbot messages, and I remember that I saw a discussion between Grant and one of his marketing guys, and that marketing guy was a little bit complaining that Grant say, okay, we don't send today one email, we will send two. Send another email, son. So usually when Grant Cardone's team, when they are sending something over the Facebook chatbot, they are sending 3 to 6 messages at once. So a lot of communication. What I've observed is that the opening rate for the messages sent via chat box is much bigger than the opening rate on emails. Right. And through chatbots, you can create a more intimate relationship with the user, right? Right. How did you arrive to the idea to launch AiBotNinja, and what it is all about?
Sure. It's basically like we just mentioned about the Grant Cardone example. We basically want to make sure that like internet marketers and their clients, small, medium businesses, can avail similar technology and use this as a similar tool to grow their business. And you're absolutely right. Email open rates right now have anywhere from 10 to 20% open rates, and that is if you're very good at what you're doing. But messenger bots, if you're using them correctly, have almost 80% open rates, because if something in your messenger, you kind of have an itch to open it, right? Which is not the same thing with email. Of course, Facebook has been introducing a lot of policies to protect user privacy, which is where broadcasting their users can become really tricky if you don't know exactly what you're doing, which is where Facebook has a lot of policies, and Facebook has a lot of rules and regulations. And if you do not follow those rules and regulations, your bot can just been banned from your Facebook page, which is obviously something you do not want to happen. And once again, when it comes to educating our clients, this is one of the areas where we have invested in terms of, say, letting businesses know when they can broadcast, what they can broadcast, what they could not broadcast, how to get the necessary permissions to do like large-scale broadcasting for their business, and basically hacking the entire process for them in an automated, easy-to-use turnkey solution.
So when somebody will buy AiBotNinja, the front end, yeah, what will be there?
So they will basically be availing all the features that lets them on the most complex chatbot platforms. They'll be able to train their bots to respond to different questions, and they'll be basically able to set up as many functions within their bot as they want without having to pay additional money. So that means that contrary to say what some of the other platforms offer, where you have to uh, pay for training the bot for each and individual function, we do not price that way. We price on a more on a more lenient model, and most importantly, the kind of value that say our competitors are providing for a monthly spend of say $15 or $25, and it goes up very quickly. We are giving that away for a one-time annual fee. So you get the entire value of these other platforms on this platform as well. Not only are we providing more features, but we're also providing a lot of that, all that value for a one-time price. So there's definitely an enormous value in making this investment for marketers to test out this product, push this product to their clients, and actually drive business results without having to spend a ton of money on, say, additional fees.
As you mentioned, the front end will also have a commercial license. So the buyers could set up bots for their clients, right?
Yes, they can set up bots for their clients. They can manage their clients. They can manage their clients' bots as well. And they can also, obviously, they can add clients to their respective bots and kind of have a separate dashboard for managing all of their clients.
And which are the upgrades of the product? So if a customer will buy the front end, which will be the options after that?
So very obviously, given the nature of the product, the people need a lot of help setting up the product, because they do not know what kind of value, say messenger bots, what kind of value can they provide if you're, say, promoting webinars, if you're promoting courses, if you're promoting, say, masterminds, if you're promoting, say, small businesses like mom and pop store, or like, say, e-commerce businesses, or even like restaurants, right? So we have an entire library full of templates for all these individual businesses, where you simply just say drag and drop, and it's ready. You don't have to spend any time. You don't have to spend any money. You just copy our templates, deploy it to your client's bot, and then you just change it with the relevant information. So just put in your client's name, put in your client's address, put in your client's content, and you're ready to go. You have an entire library full of bots that you can use to sell to your clients, or even to use for yourself.
I understand. And how easy is for you to maintain such a product? Because I said in the launch space, many sellers, they are throwing something, and after that, after 2-3 months, if you want to log in, usually there's nothing there.
Right.
How can you keep this commitment of maintaining such a product, of offering support, especially if you are selling, let's say, at the
Right. So let me just tell you a very funny story before diving into this. So so if you Google for chatbots for the biggest banks in America, you'll get plenty of articles about Bank of America and Wells Fargo, who are experimenting with chatbots for growing this business. And obviously, they're one of the biggest enterprise clients out there. But if you'll say go to their Facebook page, or you go to their website, you actually will not see any chatbots there. Right? They're not using any sort of automation technology. So what happened is they probably piloted a chatbot sometime in 2017 or 16, and fast forward to now in 2019, they probably had to call that project off, or they probably put that project back on their R&D shelf because it wasn't delivering the kind of, say, experience that they wanted it to deliver for their customers. So even at an enterprise level, maintaining or so developing chatbots to provide measurable business value is not something that has been completely figured out. It's not something that, say, it's very well documented, or not all businesses know. So that is where our commitment comes in. We are committed to getting our clients real business results from actually using these chatbots and leveraging our technology. And to that end, we have a committed team of engineers who work on this and just this. And we have a committed team of, say, support staff who work on this and not this. And going forward, what you'll be seeing from me is a series of launches in the similar space, and you'll get to see, and which is basically makes it easy for us to provide all of our users a consistent user experience and get consistent results. Because it's not like today we'll be launching product one and tomorrow we'll be launching product two in a completely different niche. We actually will be launching similar products in similar niches, and therefore we have to be committed to providing a great user experience, great features, and great technical support to all our clients. Otherwise, we just won't be able to sustain ourselves.
I understand. So many people still believe that behind the software product launches they are seeing are, I don't know, like a one-man business staying in front of a laptop and throwing some code or something. In your case, the whole business is like 100 people. It's the first time when I'm using that, so I always say, okay, 100 people, it is something. How many of them are focused on the chatbot side of business? Because as I understood, you have more than one business lines, right?
So we have almost 30 people working on the chatbot side of the project, of which we have about 10 people who are engineers, who are software developers working on the technical side of things, and we have about 8 to 10 on the software team on the support team as well. And obviously during the launch and for like 2 or 3 months after the launch, depending on the feedback, we'll be having additional 5 or 6 people on the support team as well to provide ad hoc support, since we'll be handling a higher volume of requests. So obviously our very basic promise to our customers is this: once you sign up on the platform, we'll guarantee to get your issue solved, or at least get you feedback on whatever problem you're facing within 24 hours. And that is a commitment that I would like to make, being a user of products and being very, very frustrated when I don't get feedback on my problems within 24 hours.
This is pretty cool. As we've discussed before this interview, we also go to speak at events. I also like to speak at events. It's one of the most pleasurable thing to do, to give value from the stage. And which type of events you are going to speak? And usually, which are the subjects you are speaking about?
So mostly the conference that I'm speaking, the last one I was speaking at was in Seoul. So that was basically a marketing conference. So speaking in front of CXO level executives from different, like the Fortune 500 companies in Korea, who were coming in to learn about the latest in marketing automation and digital advertising tech. And my focus was obviously talking about chatbots and exactly what you could do with chatbots to deliver business value out of it. And essentially for enterprises, I help them to kind of go on discovery to realize what their customers' issues are, and therefore what are the problems that chatbots could solve for them. I don't go and try to sell the same 5 features to every client, because they might only need one feature and might not need the others. And at the same time, there are other clients who need 10 features and will not be satisfied with the 5. So my job is primarily helping clients understand this technology, understand this channel, and at the same time, I try to gain insights from them in terms of what their customers' problems are, to basically give them very good technology-enabled, chatbots.
I understand. So thank you very much, Shadab, for the interview. I want to welcome you in the lounge space, and I'm very happy that there are people like you coming to bring value and having big teams who can sustain the launches, the products, could help customers. And I wish you all the success, and to see you in the first positions as a top seller everywhere. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Adrian. Pleasure to be here.